Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series and the founder of the Elite School Leader Academy. Really excited about what's happening here because we're seeing such growth and such gains with the people that are sitting down and training with us, people that are coming in to find out how to plan moving forward with behavior issues, redoing their policy, issues that they need to address within their organization. We're really excited about it because we're getting some phenomenal results, and I'm very, very pleased. I like to keep my success ratio when we do evaluations. I like to keep it between 97 to 100, and I'm going to stay there. We're right there, and I want to stay with that. One of the things when you are planning professional development, you got to understand first, as a leader or as a person who does professional development for a living, I want you to understand when people plan, one of the things that we were really concerned about is one piece of literature came out from a foundation that teaches hundreds of thousands of teachers all over the nation, and it said that they were the evaluations they did with their teachers was they were getting the feedback back from the teachers saying that the PD that they were doing, that they found it not relevant to their careers, they found it boring. And I'm pretty sure of all 3 million plus teachers, that is a reality, meaning at some point in time or one course you went to. Training is too valuable to an outcome, to an organization, to ever have a situation that is not valuable. Training time is when you get better. Athletes get better in training over the summer. Training is the time. It's like our practice. So athletes have practice. That training time is the same thing for teachers. That training has to be relevant. I can't go in the gym and do something that I don't find beneficial, where my body's not getting fit or I'm not losing weight. What does that happen? What does that mean? That means I get discouraged and I don't want to train. One of the greatest compliments I'm consistently paid by veteran teachers in New York last week. A gentleman says, been teaching 23 years. This was the first PD I believe I listened to and really understood. Thank you. Someone comes to say that to you and also put it in writing. Those are the things we're talking about because that is what calls. That's what we're in it for. I got a letter from a principal in North Carolina, and she highlighted that the staff really believed in what we talked about because it was so personal and it was so real and it was the job they did every day. And she said it is not a day gone by since I've been with them that they don't refer to the fundamentals I gave them. That's success in the training process. What you see here, when you want to help your teachers, you got to understand that training or teacher success breaks down into 4 pillars. What often happens in districts and schools is we focus on 1 or 2 pillars. Look at them right here. We typically focus on knowledge of the subject, which is 25% of the equation, 1/4, or content delivery and planning. What does that mean? Getting their content ready, helping them plan, and then delivering that message to the student. Now, both of those are 1/4. That equates to 1/2 of the teacher success equation. What we find is that when teachers get that down, we find that for some teachers, the other 50% is the thing that beats them. For many teachers, here's all 4. Relationship with coworkers. I have seen good teachers leave district due to bad dynamics with other coworkers. I have seen it with my own eyes. Like good teachers that we need, I've seen them leave. Never good. That's 1/4. And then student management. That means, can you manage the student's personality? This is not classroom management. If you weren't good at classroom management, that means you can't teach, because classroom management has to do with content delivery and planning as well. So it's just not student behavior. We throw classroom management out, but that is really shallow. The issue is student management. Can I manage this personality of this young person? Now look at all those 4. Each are worth 25%. If I do not find a good, solid growth and balance in all 4, I'm going to lose, because I could have mastery of my subject. I could be masterful at working with my coworkers. I could be a hell of a planner, delivering and my content be there, but I can't manage the student personality, and I'll just be an average teacher and everything else will be thrown off. Okay? We have some teachers that get along great with the kid but don't know anything. It doesn't matter. Those pieces have to be addressed. And they're all different training approaches. When you look at your PD calendar for June, July, and August, September, October, you have to understand, am I supporting my staff, getting them help and growth in the area they need to be successful? Without that, you're failing them. And when I look in and get in there, when I look at a PD calendar and look at the issues that we're typically putting that energy into academics, which is phenomenal, except if you look over here and our behavior referrals are off the chart. Except if you look over here and know a teacher can't manage the personalities in a key core subject of ours, and we're still testing low in science and in reading. So let's be smart. Now, a lot of people will say, our staff is pretty good at managing the personalities. What I've seen, somebody has said that once before, and what we found out, the person wasn't really good at managing the personality. The lady was just mean and really crushed the spirits of the children, and they just sitting in there broken and just didn't even care. So we weren't getting test production. They just were scared of the lady. 3rd and 4th grade class, just mean. So it wasn't that they were good at managing or didn't have discipline issues. They had crushed the children. So not only are the kids, okay, we may not be having behavior issues, but they're not academically doing anything either. Still a loss. Be a good trainer. Be a good leader in understanding. Let's get folks help across the board to build a strong teacher in all 4 parts of the quadrant. When you do that, you get success. It's the same thing we see in dealing with school leaders, right? Dealing with a school leader, it's the same thing. It's the same process. 4 quadrants. There is a process to being successful. If you miss it, you will start to see this is why we really fail leaders. The 4 quadrants are there. 4 issues. If they're not addressed, we lose. Once again, paperwork, workplace issues, student-parent issues, academic issues. 4 quadrants. Most principals are very good at one or the other, dealing with the people or dealing with the paper, not all. So when you train, if you're a district or you're a school that has a school leadership team, you have to make sure that everybody on your team is getting the nurturing and training, that's weightlifting and cardio, that you need in all core areas. Don't ever say, hey, we're okay at that. I'm telling you, Tom Brady does not say, I'm pretty good at throwing the football, no reps needed. I've only won 6, no reps needed. No, this summer, let me get some of this ice cream in here and go away from the champions don't think like that. The champions stay with the regiment and work on the areas that they need to be prepared. And that's the key. If you want to be successful, it always works this way. Making sure you're being trained in all areas. What helps a district move forward? Once again, the ongoing training for staff. I like to do this stuff in small groups. You got to make sure you work with your parents. So the same training and process you're doing for the staff, you have to do for the parents. You got to make sure that your leadership and management team stays on a quarterly training program so the disciplines and the intensity of a full school year are there. You have to make sure that every department in a district that influences or touches children, that they are receiving training. Too often in districts, we are very neglectful of details. Food service people don't get trained. Security doesn't get trained. The bus folks don't get trained. And exactly look what happens. Those are the places where we can get valuable information, because anybody who touched kids need to sit down at least once a year. To say that they don't get invited is neglectful and will be something that comes back to hurt you. Relevant PD. Relevant training that affects our bottom line. Training is not for everyone. It is only for folks that want to get better. And you've got to have a relevant program that helps folks to understand this is helping me improve as a person and in my job. I hope your PD program is relevant. I would love to help you with it. We've tried to do everything in our power to make ourselves available. I think I'm very proud of the fact that we have played a full calendar 3 years in a row and went way over this year, and we're going to do the same thing for 2020 And that's a great blessing, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of the results that we have got. The well over 95% of every school who's worked with us has always shown those growth in those testing scores, the scores, culture, attendance, those things go up. If you trust the process and you go through the program and you listen and you grow, the results will be there. Always an excellent return on investment. I'm Dr. Jackson. I'm looking forward to working with you soon. Thank you. Take care.